with the Penguin season over, we're going to be going over the whole Penguins roster in this podcast episode and deciding who we should keep, who we should sell, and who we should perchance buy. Let's get into it. First off, I just have the roster pulled up right next to me. There's going to be levels to this, of course. We're just going to be going over the players, what we think about them, whatever. You all know the Penguins. Let's get straight into it. First off, on my list, we have Jack St. Ivany. Now, Jack St. Ivany, he didn't start. I don't think he started a whole lot. I feel like he was more of like a like a rotation player that didn't play very often. I don't know. He was all right. Nothing notable. Nothing crazy. Nothing that stands out. I mean, he's just kind of there. I would keep him, I guess. Maybe sell him. I don't know. It just depends on how much cap space he's taking up. Right now, I don't think he's taking up a ton, so I think he's doing fine for what he's I mean, where he's at, which is cool. So Jack St. Ivany, we'll say keep unless the cap space we need the cap space. So we'll keep him. Ryan Shea. Now Ryan Shea has kind of had an interesting season so far. He has been either really consistent and really good, or he has been just kind of all over the place. Towards the end of the season, I think he did good in the playoffs. I think he did good when we were pushing to get into the playoffs. I think I'll keep Ryan Shea as well. I think he's really good. He's a little bit older. He's 29, getting that older presence on the team, and I think that'll be good for a lot of the younger players, hopefully coming in from the draft. Next on my list, we have number 46, Blake Lizotte. Now, I can't speak to how much I love Blake Lizotte other than I love him so much. He's one of the greatest centers we have. His speed, his ferocity, that third line has truly made the Penguins roster this year, and they have been the reason we made it so far in the playoffs. They have been the gritty guys that never got recognized, that have always been working their butts off. Blake Lizotte, 100%. We already signed him to another deal. We're keeping Blake Lizotte. I love the guy to death. He's awesome. He's cool. He's fun. We're keeping him. Next on the list, the youngster, number 81, Ben Kindle. Now, Ben Kindle, I have a couple things to say about him. He has been really a good youngster. He is really young, which you can see replicated in his first season ever, his rookie season. But he did really good. He was among the top rookies among points and goals, so that was really good to see. It was really unfortunate to see that as we got later in the season and towards playoffs and in playoffs, he didn't really contribute as much. But again, he's really young. It's really hard to compete at that sort of level, especially when pushing for playoffs. So really good season for him. I'm really proud of him. Yeah, we're 100% keeping Ben Kindle. He's awesome. He's young. I mean, he's going to be the future of the Penguins right there. We are keeping Ben Kindle. Next up, her favorite goaltender, Arturs Shilovs. I don't know how to say his first name, but Shilovs. Um, truly, I think he was our best goaltender and most consistent goaltender the entire year. I think he should start next year. I don't think we'll get into Skinner later, but I do think Shilovs is a keep. He was one of the most consistent, best goalkeepers or goalies we've ever had. We're keeping Arthur Shilovs. He's amazing. He's going to be staying at the Pittsburgh Penguins 100%. Next up, this one's a more of a controversial guy. 6'6", Justin Brazeau, number 16. He got scratched from some of the playoffs games, or I think all the playoff games, or except for maybe one or two. But he struggled in the playoffs. He struggled at the end of the season. His goals and contributions really went down after that Mantha Malkin Brazeau line broke up. But he's just such up in the air. If he stays cheap and he does good this offseason, depending on who we bring in and who we lose, I would love to see Justin Brazeau stay. I think he's an awesome guy, awesome presence, really big dude. But it just depends on what our future lines look like. Yeah, I will get into the line breakdown later of where I think everyone should play. But I think right now, Brazeau is going to be a really good rotational guy. I'm going to keep him. I'm going to keep Justin Brazeau, 100%. Now, Rickard Rakell, number 67, the man himself. He had a great season. He did really good. He was really flexible in what position he was playing, really flexible in everything he was doing. I was really proud of the way he pushed through everything. At the end of the season, he really made a difference, especially when Malkin and Crosby were out and hurt. He really made a difference and stepped up and was really contributing. Now, he's getting older. He is 32. I don't really see us selling him, though. I really do see Rickard Rakell just staying until the end of his career and retiring a Penguin, which would be awesome. I love Rickard Rakell. He should stay a Penguin, and I think he is going to continue to do really good I don't know if I don't think he's going to be on that first line. I think he's going to be bumped down to that second line as a center where his natural position is. But again, we'll see what happens there. Next on the list, we have Erik Karlsson. Now, Erik Karlsson had the best end of the season any Penguin could. He contributed most in points in April. I mean, he was almost player of the month in April. Nick Kucherov beat him out. Of course, Kucherov was on fire too. But Erik Karlsson stepped up the most when the Penguins were struggling. And honestly, that was the greatest thing to see. It was great to see. That was the old Erik Karlsson that we all loved and we missed him. And it's awesome to have him playing that good at the end of the season. Even in the playoffs, he had a couple shaky things. Excuse me, but he was really awesome. You got to keep Erik Karlsson. He is awesome. The next three now. We're gonna start with Sidney Crosby. He's staying. He's playing another year, 100%. And we don't got to worry about that. He'll be here. But the next one is really interesting. Evgeni Malkin, will he be at the Penguins next year at the age of 40? I think there's no reason why we should let him leave. None. He played really good this season. He's still one of our top. I mean, he played on the wing, but he's still one of our top guys on the Penguins. He's still one of the top guys in hockey. He has to stay. He has to continue to play for the Penguins. I mean, he's awesome. He has to stay. There's really no reason why he shouldn't. He's proved himself. Especially if he takes like a smaller year long contract deal, he's got to stay. We got to keep Evgeny Malkin at all costs, no matter what. This next one, there's definitely been some controversy the last couple of years over, and it's the last of the big three, Chris Letang. Now, Chris Letang, it's more of like, look, he's not in his prime, obviously. He's getting older. He's 39, but how can you really get rid of him? Like, honestly, he's one of the big three. He's played so amazing. He's offensive minded. Yes, he's made mistakes. Yes, he hasn't been his best he can be, but there's no way to get rid of him, I think. I think he has to stay no matter what, and I think we got to keep Chris Letang as much as, I don't know. I think him and Sammy Gerard have done really good with each other. But they have to stay. I think him and Sammy Gerard are a great defensive duo, but I don't. It's just so hard. You can't get rid of Chris Letang. So I'm keeping Chris Letang. I think he retires a Penguin next year after the end of the season, after win the next Stanley Cup, of course. But I'm keeping Chris Letang. You can't get rid of him. Next up on the list is a guy that I really liked last year, but has really struggled this year, and that's Kevin Hayes. Kevin Hayes was a really good, reliable third, fourth line center last year. This year, he was like kind of a sub guy. I mean, he didn't really do a whole lot. He just didn't really fit into the way Dan Muse played puck. And that's fine, but we just can't waste cap space on that. We needed someone that'll be a good rotational player, that'll play, or that we can develop. Sorry, Kevin Hayes, you gotta go. You gotta get rid of Kevin Hayes for the cap for everything. I'm sorry, he's gotta go. We're getting rid of Kevin Hayes. Next up on the list, we have Ryan Rusty Shake. He's honestly a spark, dude. He's awesome. He's awesome to watch. He's awesome to have around. He was one of the only guys left on the 2016-2017 Penguins back-to-back Stanley Cup run. He's got to stay. He's great. He's fun. He's awesome. He's a good personality. He's good with Crosby and Raquel. He's got the chemistry already. There's no reason to get rid of him. We got to keep Ryan Rust. This one's a little bit more interesting. He's another defenseman that's kind of been with Ryan Shea a lot, and that's Connor Clifton. Now, Connor Clifton really didn't wow me or didn't really impress me or disappoint me in any way. He was kind of just, it felt like a fill in spot. For me, personally, he just didn't wow me in any way. He didn't really contribute really in any way. He had like two goals. I don't know. His defending was really good, and I really liked the way he was aggressive and hard hitting, but do we really need him? I see. I might make a special category for Carter Clifton, put him in the maybe. Depends on what happens in the offseason, who we bring in, who we don't bring in. I would put Connor Clifton in the maybe, just depending on cap space and all that. Next up is one of my favorite players this season, his breakout season, I'd say, Connor Dewar. Connor Dewar had a really, really, really good season on that fourth line. That fourth line, I'm telling you, one of the greatest lines we've ever had as a fourth line. He needs to stay. We need to keep him. I don't care if you put him on the third line or whatever. You got to keep Connor Clifton. He's got to stay a Pittsburgh Penguin. He's awesome. I love him. He's exciting. Now I could see us trading him to get rid of maybe some cap space or whatever, but it's so hard to break up that fourth line. I don't see why you would or why you could. I'm keeping Connor Dewar. I think he's awesome. Next up, this guy had a blood clot at the end of the year. He played center. He was relatively good when he played. You didn't really get to see much from him, and that's Philip Hollander. Now, Philip Hollander, again, young guy, didn't really get to see much from him. I think you got to keep him. Philip Hollander, he's young, he's developing. You got to keep the kid. You got to give him a chance to shine on the Penguins. We're keeping Philip Hollander. Next up are two kind of end of year guys that came into the Penguins late. And first off is Elmer Soderblom. He was one of the most exciting people ever to watch in the playoffs. He was aggressive. He was hard hitting. He was the guy. He was just all for it. He was perfect as a third or fourth line guy, maybe third line now with how good he was playing. I'm keeping Elmer Soderblom all day, every day. He's 6'8", 114 kilograms. I'm keeping him. He's also 24, so he's young. We can develop him. I'm keeping Elmer Soderblom. The next guy was also a really big guy, really passionate guy, and that was Ilya Solovyov. I think I pronounced that right, but he was awesome. He played well. He was exciting. He's young. He's big. He hit. I mean, he was a big Russian. Russian? I think he's Russian, but he was a big guy that played hard and that hit hard. You got to keep him. Solovyov, you traded for him at the end of the last trade window. You're keeping him. He's awesome. He's exciting to watch. Got to keep Solovyov. Next is probably the best defensive minded defenseman that we had with the Penguins, Parker Wotherspoon. He was the most exciting, the most heart, he gave the most heart as a defenseman any other defenseman gave. He was hard hitting. He was the best one, actually, like the best defensive minded guy we have. Of course, Erik Karlsson's great, but he's offensive minded defenseman along with Chris Letang. He was our best defensive minded defenseman, and he still contributed in the offensive zone and was great. I love Parker Wotherspoon. I'm keeping Parker Wotherspoon all day. He's awesome. He's great. He's staying a Penguin. Noel Acciari, the next guy, number 55. His teeth all season have made me laugh the whole time. I loved it. I loved him. You can't break up that fourth line. Again, Noel Acciari, I really, really hope he stays a Penguin. He's awesome, but I can also see him wanting more money along with Connor Dewar because, they played really great and they contributed so much. Their aggressiveness and their prowess on that fourth line really is why the Penguins made the playoffs. You got to try and keep Connor Dewar. You really, really do. Now, this guy, I think, is going to be a little bit controversial. Stuart Skinner, you get rid of him. You got to get rid of Stuart Skinner. He's proved multiple times he cannot compete in the playoffs. He's proved multiple times that he struggles. He is inconsistent. He reminds me too much of Tristan Jarry. Get him out. Shilovs is perfectly good where he's at. Let's start bringing up our younger guys like Musharov and bring him and be the second guy next year. Musharov, Shilovs, that's great. I love that. Stuart Skinner, clearly cap space. It's not worth it. He's got to go. As much as I love the Stu chance, Skinner, I'm sorry, you got to go. This one might be controversial. Tommy Novak had a good season. He played well. He was aggressive. He was really good with Chinnikov, and he was really good with Malkin. I think you sell him. Had a really good year. I think he cleared up the cap space, and I think, and we'll get into why in a second when I go into who we should buy. I think that Tommy Novak or trade for it. I think Tommy Novak's got to go. I don't think Tommy Novak's going to be good at all. Not good. I think he's good. He's fine. He's whatever, but he's replaceable. He's average and replaceable, which is okay. I mean, he does his job well. It's fine. I'm not going to diss the guy for it, but I just think there's more options that we can bring in for ourselves that'll really shore up our offense to where it needs to be. Next up, the guy we traded for, I talked about him earlier, Sammy Girard. Sammy Girard, I feel like he's got to stay. He did really good with Chris Letang. Unless we can get another really good pairing for Letang that's way more defensive minded. He did have a couple mistakes in the playoffs. Yes, he did play good when he was on the Penguins. Yes, he was fine. But also, I just think him and Letang are starting to build that chemistry. I really would have preferred Brett Kulak instead of Sammy Girard, but you know what? That's fine with me. If it's kind of an even trade, that's okay. We got something out of it. But I think you keep him unless you find a really good defense pairing for Letang, and that's going to be hard to find, I think. Now, next up, Ryan Graves. Um, get out. I'm sorry. I'm selling Ryan Graves. He's 30 years old. He doesn't even play. He played on. I mean, he was always a scratch. I feel like he hasn't contributed very much. Ryan Graves. I'm sorry, but I'm selling you. I'm getting rid of you. Yeah. There's not much else to it. He just didn't contribute much. There's not much to what he was doing. So Ryan Graves. I'm trading you away, selling you whatever I got to do. This guy we got to keep. Career high season. Anthony Mantha played amazing, was amazing on that third, second line, wherever he was, he always played good. He was scoring goals, he was contributing in every way he could. Anthony Mantha, I'm keeping you, man. I love my girlfriend loves your wife, Caitlin Mantha, always posting about him. You got to keep him. He's just great in every way. He's exciting. He's fun. I'm keeping him. Last but not least, we have Igor Chenikov. You got to keep the guy. He was exciting. He has the hardest shot in the league. He's awesome with Evgeni Malkin. He's just a really great shooter. You got to develop him a little bit more for the playoffs, but you got to keep the guy. He was so exciting to watch. So exciting when he was on that first time with Crosby. You're keeping Igor Chinikov. I'm keeping Igor Chinikov. We'll leave it at that. He's a 1 year deal. You got to resign him. Um, how I think we're going to line up next year now. That's everyone. Let's kind of get into what we should line up as next year. According to me, if all this goes to plan, you have Sidney Crosby, first line center. On the right, you got Brian Rust. On the left, Robertson, Dallas. We're trading for him. You got to get Robertson up there with Sidney Crosby. Young guy, exciting guy. We have the cap space for it. Let's get him. Boom. Just like that, our offense is so much more dangerous. So much more dangerous. We're keeping him. We got to get him. I mean, you got the cap space. He's great. Let's get him. Simple as that. That first line will be so much more dangerous. Not saying Raquel's bad, but if we move Raquel down to where Tommy Novak was playing, and we have Tommy Novak, Chinnikov, and Malkin on a line now, or not Tommy Novak, sorry, Raquel, Chinnikov, Malkin on a line together on that second line. That's another really dangerous growing line that has the age and experience as well as young shot shooting talent. That would be such a great second line. The third line, I think you do Ben Kindle, Anthony Mantha, and Elmer Soderblom. Great third line there. They are going to contribute so much to the offense. I mean, they are just Anthony Mantha's going to have another career high season. Ben Kindle would have had his first year in the NHL by now. He'll be great. He'll be exciting to watch. And Elmer Soderblom will be the big guy that won't let you hurt any of them. Love him. Love that, guys. Love that line specifically. Fourth line, you got to keep it the same. You really do. Lazat, Dewar, and Achari got to stay the same. It'll take us to the playoffs again. It will happen. But I think that's everything I have for you. I have to say, guys. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope to see you guys next time. I'm Kai. This is the Kai Cast. Make sure to follow us on all our social medias, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for listening.